Ballesteros rolls over on one and stays fair, and that'll do it. The best team in baseball during the regular season. The Brewers with a barrage in Game 1. One of the largest postseason wins in franchise history.
Yeah, the Brewers make a statement in their very first game against the rival Cubs in the postseason, and Crew fans got to have plenty of fun in the sun this afternoon. Hello there. Thank you for joining us. I'm AJ Bayatpour. Our big story today, well, what'd you think it is? It is the Brewers' decisive win over the Cubs in Game 1 of the National League Division Series. We've got a team all over the city covering this I-94 showdown. You'll hear from fans from both Jacob Murphy and Andy Bernhardt. We'll also have reaction from the Crew itself. But first, let's start with Scott Grodzki here in the studio with highlights from Game 1, which, Scott, aside from the game's first batter, was all Milwaukee.
Yeah, AJ, it is a tough day to be a Cubs fan because aside from that leadoff homer, all Brewers all the time in Game 1, Milwaukee set all kinds of records against Chicago, starting with a franchise record 6-run first inning where they bat around the order. By the time the second inning ends, every Brewer had already reached base at least once, and the score was 9-1 Crew. Those 9 runs, that's more than the Brewers ever scored in a playoff game under now Cubs manager Craig Counsell. It's actually just one short of the team record for any playoff game. That record was set during the 1982 World Series. 9-3 the final. I was at American Family Field for those first couple of innings, and it was absolutely electric in the stands, but let's find out what it was like in the clubhouse after the game as Darius Joshua joins us live from the field. Darius?
Yeah, Scott, it's interesting. Before the game, Brewers manager Pat Murphy said that the team was grateful for all the time off, but they probably didn't need all 5 days, and the team proved it with an offensive explosion on their way to this Game 1 victory. The Brewers' 6 runs in the first inning ties a franchise record for the most in any postseason inning with the 1982 team and the 2011 team. 11 batters touched the plate in the first inning, 9 more in the second inning. And other than the first 2 pitches, or other than 2 pitches rather, Freddie Peralta was in cruise control from there, also tying a franchise record with 9 strikeouts in his longest postseason outing of his career. You couldn't write a better start to a postseason.
Yeah, I mean, we were just, making sure we were ready to play during those days off, guys just resting up their bodies after a long season, and then we obviously had our inner squads and our practices and just working on things we wanted to work on for a few days, and then you get in an atmosphere and an environment like that, and you're ready to go. And we just put some at-bats together at the beginning of the game.
Of course, things were going a little too perfectly for the Brewers. Jackson Chourio leaving this game in the second inning with an injury to the same hamstring that caused him to miss 28 games during the regular season. Pat Murphy said, of course, that's a scary sight. Jackson Chourio categorized it a little bit differently. He called it all precautionary. He said he feels good. It was really he's mostly just happy that the team was able to come out with a Game 1 series victory. Game 2, a couple of days away, not until Monday back here at American Family Field. We'll, of course, have a lot more from the Brewers coming up later on in sports. At American Family Field, Darius Joshua, CBS 58 Sports.
Yeah, Darius, thank you. That Chourio injury going to be one more storyline in a series full of them. Well, Brewers fans packed AmFam Field today for Game 1. After weeks of waiting for this postseason run to begin, our Jacob Murphy is live at the ballpark. And Jacob, fans had to be fired up after that blowout win. What are they telling you on their way out?
Well, AJ, they are definitely fired up. That's a great way to put it. They've been rocking all day. They said with the leadoff home run by the Cubs in the first, they were feeling a little uneasy, but then 6 runs bottom of the first, 3 runs bottom of the second, and this place was rocking the rest of the game. And think about it. Milwaukee fans have been waiting 3 weeks to root on their team since they found out they were in the playoffs, and today they did just that. Brewers fans we talked to, they say they're feeling pretty optimistic about the win. Even though they've had some postseason issues in the past, they're still feeling good about the big win today. Cubs fans we talked to say it's only Game 1, and they were still feeling a little cocky, saying that it is a long series. We talked with one Brewers fan who grew up here in Milwaukee and does not miss playoff games. And we talked to him about how he was feeling pregame and throughout the game.
A little intense, a little nervous. I was surrounded by Cubs fans, so when they got that leadoff homer, I was very nervous, but then the Brewers scored all those runs, and the Cubs fans were very quiet after that.
And the best part about home field advantage, the Brewers will be back here at AmFam on Monday night. And if this does go the distance, AJ, they'll be back here for Game 5 a week from tonight.
Jacob, appreciate your live report from AmFam Field this afternoon. That excitement did not just stop at the walls of the ballpark. Brewers fans packed bars and restaurants across southeast Wisconsin. That includes Kelly's Bleachers in Milwaukee. And our Andy Bernhardt was there earlier. She made a return trip just like those fans after the game. And Andy, I'm guessing those shuttle buses were full of some pretty happy humans heading home tonight.
Well, AJ, I can tell you the energy out here has been electric. We've got rowdy crowds making their way back to the game. And let me tell you, it is packed in there. They have a live band and more. We've got fans cheering and just happy to take in that Brewers win today for that I-94 rivalry matchup. What a day to be a part of the Brew Crew. The street here on Blue Mound Road has just been packed with people hopping on shuttles to witness the action on the diamond at American Family Field. Those who couldn't secure a spot in the sold-out stands took the fun inside with all eyes glued to those screens. The bar is filled with loyal fans from both teams, with the Brewers fans looking much happier than those Cubs fans. While Brewers fans are taking the win in stride and riding that high, Cubs fans say it's still early in the series. However, fans from both sides can agree on one thing: they wouldn't want to start the playoffs with any other matchup.
I think that's what everybody wanted. This matchup between the Cubs and the Brewers.
It's my first time here and my first time at Miller Stadium, and it's Miller Stadium. And every single Brewers fan that I've encountered is fantastic.
I'm telling you, the Brewers' smiles out here are just priceless. We've got a lot of big grins, but both teams say they are just ready for what happens next. Back to you, AJ.
Yeah, Andy, we will give that Cubs fan some grace, but to set the record straight, at literally no point was it ever Miller Stadium. Andy, thanks. We'll have more from you later on, and we're going to be following this Brewers postseason run every step of the way. You'll hear from the players, manager Pat Murphy, and of course, the fans. You'll see it all here on air and online at CBS58.com. That includes live coverage around Game 2 and that late start Monday night, and we will be live from Wrigley Field when the series shifts to Chicago on Wednesday.